With the 8th pick in the stacked 2021 draft, the Orlando Magic selected Franz Wagner, the same 8th pick that was traded to Orlando by the Chicago Bulls for Nikola Vucevic. Originally thought to be an average haul for an all-star Vucevic, a lot of people are changing their tone after just one season of Franz Wagner. Franz was the second top 10 pick the Magic had in 2021. With pick number 5, the Magic took Jalen Suggs, who was assumed to be a can't-miss prospect at the time. With Suggs falling into Orlando's lap, this made a lot of fans want to go big with the number 8 pick and take somebody with a lot of upside. To everyone's surprise though, Orlando instead went with Franz Wagner. Fans were split on this decision, as Franz was assumed to be a safe pick at the time with a low ceiling. Boy, how things have changed once people saw how this kid can play. Today we'll be looking at Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic and how he has outperformed all expectations so far. For more content similar to this, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps a lot. This video was requested in the comments of a previous video, so let me know who else you guys want me to talk about next. Feel free to drop some comments down below as well. Maybe in the next breakdown you'll see your name in the video. Franz Wagner came into the league pegged as a role player, somebody who can do a little bit of everything but isn't elite at anything. This is why a lot of people weren't as high on Wagner with the 8th pick. Most top 10 picks, teams prioritize upside. It just felt like people knew what they were getting with Franz already, but they were all wrong. Franz is good at every fundamental skill: shooting, driving, passing, defense. But his IQ is what makes him the player he is. Franz's efficiency speaks to his IQ. If a shot isn't there, then he isn't taking it. If someone is open, he knows where to find them. He is a great player because he can work on ball and off ball. Wagner is extremely good at timing his cuts, and he's arguably one of the best cutters in the league. What makes Franz stand out from other role players though, is his size. Franz Wagner is measured at 6'10". Some players he's measured taller than without shoes: LeBron James, the center on his own team, Wendell Carter Jr., Robert Williams, Pascal Siakam, Blake Griffin, Onyeka Okongwu, Al Horford, and Bam Adebayo. Franz Wagner is taller than people that play center in the NBA, and he has the fluidity to move similar to a guard. Franz uses his advanced footwork to slice and dice the defense the same way we see players like Luka move. Players that lack athleticism, but have skilled footwork to get where they want on the floor whenever they want it. While Franz may not have the shot creation on the same level as Luka, it's hard not to see the resemblance in dribble styles. This also isn't to say that Wagner can't create his own shot either. Franz is a scorer when the ball is in his hands. In his rookie season, he dropped a career high of 38 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists on 63% field goals. You know what else is impressive about this stat line? He did it against a fully healthy Milwaukee Bucks team. Go look up the highlights of Franz's 38-point game against the Bucks. Please do it and then come back to this video. He looked unguardable out there against one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Franz's length and footwork allows for him to make layups other players could only dream about. The changing of speeds on drives mixed with his footwork often leaves defenders wondering how Wagner got by them so easily. Franz ended his rookie season leading all rookies in total points scored. While he played an impressive 79 games his rookie season, this number is still very impressive. Because if you remember what I said earlier, Franz wasn't featured in the Orlando Magic offense. Franz mainly played off ball and didn't have many plays ran for him, but he was still able to put up that many points without being the offensive focal point on this team. This is an indicator of how efficient he is and how he really has a knack for getting to the rim and scoring. I did a numbers dive on Franz's stats last season to see who he compared to in terms of scoring and efficiency. I looked at players that scored 15 plus points per game, are 6'10" or taller, and shot the same percentage from the field or better than Franz did, with a minimum 60 games played as the criteria. On this list, Franz is the youngest player of the group. Two things stand out in this grouping. Outside of Giannis and maybe Mobley, Wagner is the only person in this list who has guard-like skills. I'd take it even further and say Wagner is probably the most skilled slasher of anyone here. Giannis has good footwork, but he relies very heavily on bullying players out of the way, whereas Franz uses pure skill to outmaneuver the defense and score. Mostly everyone else on this list is a center. The other thing I noticed is the talent on this list. Everyone that is Franz's size and played at or better than his level last year has been, or is projected to be an all-star. This just adds to the reasoning why Franz Wagner will one day be an all-star level talent if he can keep his scoring and efficiency up. As a rookie, Franz averaged 15, 5, and 3, with shooting splits of 47, 35, 86. If he's doing those numbers as a rookie, what's stopping him from hitting 50, 40, 90 club as a sophomore? If Franz can up his shots per game, he could also up his points per game dramatically. Like I said earlier, Franz played 79 games, but he only attempted 15 or more field goals in 17 games his rookie year. In those 17 games where he did attempt 15 or more field goals, he took over. Franz averaged 23, 5, and 3 on 50, 38, 82 shooting splits. The Magic need to take advantage of what they have in Franz and figure out a way to get him more shots. Franz Wagner is barely 21 years old, and he's already one of the best European players in the world. This summer we had the European basketball tournament known as EuroBasket, where Franz Wagner played for his home country of Germany. This Germany team exceeded expectations and brought home the bronze. In EuroBasket play, Franz averaged 15 points, 4 rebounds, and almost 2 assists. Once again, Franz played mostly an off-ball role, very similar to what we saw in his rookie year. His role didn't stop him from taking over a couple games though. In group play, Franz dropped 32 points on Lithuania. Franz also had 19 points to knock out Greece in the tournament, thus knocking out the Antetokounmpo brothers. Take a look at how France game planned for Franz Wagner. Now this graphic may be in French, but here's what they basically say. Franz is a complete player and athletic. He can drive right hand and finish left. Wagner is a good shooter who can exploit mismatches. The only flaw in his game they can point out is that he has difficulties guarding fast opponents, which at the size of 6'10 is a reasonable difficulty to have. I don't think many 6'10 players are keeping someone like a prime John Wall in front of them. Overall, France was basically telling their team to watch out for Franz Wagner. And even though Franz was limited in his role with this Germany team, he looked like he's already improved upon his rookie season. Franz's handle looked tighter. He was hitting step back and sidestep threes efficiently, something he didn't really do much in his rookie year. Franz looks like he took an already impressive game and fine-tuned certain parts to make him even better. If Franz carries this type of play over into the NBA season, the only thing stopping him from scoring in bunches would be his own team for not giving him the ball. With things like his efficiency, IQ, length, handle, and footwork, Franz can put together offensive moves that aren't stoppable. While Franz can play off-ball, the Magic shouldn't delegate him to being an off-ball only player. Franz has such a unique skill set at his size that he needs to go to work sometimes. As Twitter says, let him cook. Users online have been slowly coming to the realization that Franz Wagner is a very, very, very good player. Even NBA players themselves have realized this. Joel Embiid said, "I think he's going to be extremely good, and he needs to keep going." German legend Dirk said, "We are all very excited about his future. Not only German basketball, but for Orlando. He's got a great all-around game." After Franz dropped 38 on the Bucks, Giannis said, "I think the sky's the limit for him. For real." Franz Wagner is a very good basketball player, and he will continue to make people talk about him with his play on the court. With all the young talent on this Orlando Magic team, they're bound to make a jump at some point, and I'd like to think that Franz will be a huge part of that. Of all the players on this team, a guy like Franz is someone you want on a championship contender. A glue guy that can also take over when needed. An all-star talent that can do anything you ask of him. Other than Paolo, who was the number 1 pick, I'd like to think that Franz is the only other untouchable player on this roster. He's one of the Magic's most valuable pieces moving forward. The tandem of Wagner and Banchero moving forward may be something the league hasn't seen much of. 2 6'10", 6'11" ball handlers that can play off of one another. It's exciting times in Orlando, and while much may not be certain, you can certainly count on Franz Wagner. Alright guys, let me know down in the comments what you think of Franz Wagner. Is he ready to take that next step this year? Or will the Magic as a team be what holds him back? Is Franz a future All-NBA talent, or do you just not see the vision? I personally think Franz has the floor of being an all-star, which to some may be a hot take, but you don't see many people his size with his skill set. So be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, it helps a lot and it takes one click. Also, let me know who else I should do a breakdown on in the future. I'll definitely have more content similar to this coming soon. Alright, that's all for me, and peace.